Yeah.
That's your name?
Yeah.
Kasuk.
Rachel Kasuk from Germany. You may begin.
Fantastic movie. I really loved it. How did you get to being a part of SpongeBob?
Because somebody called me. Somebody said, "Hey, Antonio, we have been thinking about you, about this character." I don't know. I suppose it's because I have been not similar, but but close universes before doing movies for kids, and so in the mind of some producers and some directors, and that was a real possibility for me just to go there and just embody and engulf this character, this pirate. Yeah.
I really like the part, with the time machine. We don't want to give much away right now, but if you would go in a time machine right now, when you go back in your past, what would you want to go?
Nothing.
How far would you want to go in the
I
future?
wouldn't change anything, and it doesn't mean that everything that I did was right. I did things wrong in my personal and professional world, but it leads me to where I am now. I wouldn't change anything. I don't like to kind of play those games in my mind because they are not healthy. You have to be. What I meant, sometimes people say you're a happy person. I say, well, no, I'm happy no because I see the news, but and happiness is kind of a passive kind of feeling, but I attack life with joy. And that's an active feeling. And that doesn't allow me to just be too judgmental about my own life and the things that I did right and wrong. I try at least to learn from both sides, of life, success and failure. And that is a constant in the life of anybody who dedicates his life to arts. Yeah.
Would you want to go to your future? Would you want to see that?
No, not at all, neither. No, oof, that scares me. Imagine, that I go into my future and they said, you have 2 more years. And I say, what? But I see that as a possibility in Spain. I mean, I'm very Andalusian, The only certainty we have in life, really, is death. That's perfect. That's the only thing perfect in life is death. And everything else is relative. And so I live with that relativity and I live comfortable in that, kind of thinking.
I really like the idea of the book, how you can write the story into it. So now, if you would write something into your book, in your story right now, what would you write in there right now?
Right now, I will see myself almost like a drawing. And the drawing is me cleaning the table and putting new things in there. Maybe I would write about being conscious that the tools that I have been using until today were very useful at the time that I used them, but they are old and I have to change them. And that's what I would write. I'm in a corner of my life in which I am facing a new street and I start walking on it. That's pretty much what I will just get into.
So why do you like to do animation movies so much? Is it because when your daughter was younger, or is it because you feel like you can be the kid again?
No, it doesn't have anything to do. I mean, that was a very recurring question all the time when I was doing, especially Spy Kids and the first Shreks and stuff, because my kids were still little at the time. But no, my decisions were not with that in mind. Even if I sometimes said, yes, but I was not even thinking probably when they asked me that. No, it has to do with a personal decision, and the characters that you do in movies for kids are way more open. You can do a number of things that you cannot do in movies for adults. You're feeling more free. I suppose that I didn't kill the kid that I had inside, and sometimes I just like to let him go and become silly and do things that, as I told you before, I am allowed to do in a movie like that, but not in another type of product, and if this is the only thing that I did in my life, probably I wouldn't like it. But I coming from different universes, like Pedro Almodovar, with more complex stories and more difficult, if you will, and adventure movies and all the things that I have done. And so it's just one more phase of this polyedric kind of life that I have as an artist.
Great, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I laughed a lot. I loved it.
Good.
Thank you.
That's a good